leaving Topsail and heading to Beaufort, North Carolina. And today I did a video, I talked a little bit on my live video this morning about my solar system on the Loop Princess. And believe it or not, I got some slack about the solar system on the Loop Princess in the beginning, because people say, well, you got a generator, you got this, you got this, you got your alternators, you got everything. You don't need solar system on a trawler. But with that being said, yes and no, because it's not that I'm on that tight of a budget that I couldn't run my generator, but the generator is another system to me. It's a system that can fail, needs attention, maintenance, and everything. And not that mine isn't all ready to go and fully, the oil changed on it, and it's capable of doing its job. But when you're listening to that generator, especially when we're on the hook or when we're on a mooring ball, I just wanted to eliminate all that. So I went with what I consider for the Loop Princess. This may not be, for your 55 Nordhaven, it may not be the right system, but for my 35-foot trawler, going with 800 watts of house solar panels, so up on top of this roof right here, that's what I went with, this hard 2 top, and I was able to get 2 massive solar panels up there, each of them 400 watts. Now those 400 watt panels go into series, so that means the hot and negative are connected together on the panels, and then each panel will have a negative and a positive coming down, and it comes down and it goes down to my Vectron solar controller. And I went with a really nice Bluetooth solar controller, and it does an amazing job. It's the best controller that I've had so far. And Loop Princess, like the last 4 days, even when I pulled into the marinas, and only because I have not had to run my air conditioner, I've never even plugged into their power. Has nothing to do with trying to save money, and it does save money, because some of these marinas, and I'll talk about this in another video, because some of these marinas, they charge you to hook into their power system. Last night they didn't, but I didn't need it, so I didn't even hook up to it. And it's just another system I'd have to deal with in the morning. So the panels, the positive and negative comes down into the solar controller, but before it goes into the control box, the positive is hooked to a 90 amp breaker that I can turn on or off anytime I want to, if I want to control the breaker, or shut the panels off to the Vectron. So then you have a positive and a negative, and they go down to the LiFePO4 battery, and that to me that's an incredible piece of technology, and it's all Bluetoothed. And again, I can monitor it. I don't even monitor it that much anymore. I probably check it, once, maybe twice a day, just to see. But if there's no clouds out, I'm 100% usually by, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If it's a cloudy day and I need power, then I will check it a little more frequent, and I can go probably 3 cloudy days in a row. So let's talk about what my solar system will run. So for the last 4 days, that solar system runs the TV. It runs the refrigerator, freezer in the kitchen. It runs any fans that we want, like the big fans. It runs those. If it gets a little warm in the cabin, we'll turn those on for a little while, or even all night. It doesn't matter. It'll run the coffee maker, so Bev can have her coffee in the morning, and it's completely independent of the batteries, of the boat's battery system. Sorry. It's completely independent. Both systems are, my solar system is connected to the inverter, and is connected to the LiFePO4 battery, and the only way to charge that is 2 ways. One is with the sun, which since I've hooked the solar up, I've never even had to plug the battery into any type of power. And then I do have another Vectron 25 amp charger that I could, at shore, I can charge it, but I've never even had to use it. Matter of fact, I could pull that off and never even really use it. The only way that I would ever have to use that particular charger is if I went like a week with absolutely no sun, and I was working the system as hard as I'm working it right now. It has a freezer, just a separate independent freezer, 12-volt freezer, that it runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Now, we've been on the loop here for 39 days, and we've been on the ball or anchor 10 of those days so far. But now, even when I pull in the marinas, I don't even plug into their power. Just because in the morning we usually try and get a nice early start, especially on these 60, 70 mile days. And you know, it's just one less thing I have to do. And if I don't need their power, why connect to it? And since I am on a limited budget, and if the marina charges me money, I don't have to pay for their power, which is kind of nice too. And it doesn't save me a lot of money. You know, some of them I think it'd be the highest I've ever seen is for 30 amp. We're a 30 amp boat is $15, and so I don't have to pay it. So then it makes a difference. It adds up, especially when you know you're out here for 6 months, 9 months doing the loop. You know, $5 here, $10 here, it all adds up. Okay. You know, it's not that I'm a Greenpeace or anything like that, but I am into the solar and that future technology. You know, like Elon Musk and Teslas and cryptos and stuff like that. For you guys that follow me, so you know, I love my solar system. Would not change it for the world. In the last 39 days, I've never even started the generator on this boat, and I really do need to run it. I need to start it one day. When it's a hot day one day, I'll start it up and just run it for an hour and run the air conditioner, because you know, any system is use it or lose it type thing. And so, but I just haven't had to do it. I mean, the boat stays nice and cool, and you know, I haven't had to use it. If I was keeping the Loop Princess and I had not sold her to get this this little bit bigger boat, because we do plan on living on it even when I do have a job for the next 5 years, so we bought a little bit bigger boat, and we'll finish the loop in that boat, and I will add solar panels to that boat at some point. But I love my solar system on my boat. I wouldn't go any other way, and I'm glad I did it, and it's a unique feature that's on this boat, and it makes it stand out from some of these other boats, you know, because when they're out there, a lot of these guys won't even go out on the balls or the anchor, because they have to listen to that noisy generator, and I don't care what anybody says. Even if you hear the slightest noise, you know, the generators do make noise, and especially on a little 35-foot boat or even a 40-foot boat. So those are some of the reasons that I went with solar on my boat. So anyway, peace out. Love you guys. You guys got any questions at all? I love putting these systems together. I'll help anybody. I'll give you the exact part numbers and everything off of my solar system, and keep them simple. By keeping my two systems completely separated, I just kept it, and I love it. Anyway, thanks again. Bye. Paul,
Beverly, and Daisy from the Loop Princess.
thank you so much for watching. Here's to salt under your keel and safe voyages. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button.
Thank you.